The Hilton at BWI Airport in Baltimore is a hotel that I really wanted to love because every single member of the staff that I encountered was absolutely fantastic. However, there were a couple of things that I think you should know. So stay tuned while I give you the details of my stay at the Hilton BWI Airport in Baltimore. I arrived at the hotel coming from the airport on the hotel shuttle. The hotel's only about 2 miles from the airport. One thing that you should know is that the shuttle pickups from the airport run on demand. There's no regular schedule.
So the hotel shuttle doesn't run on a regular schedule. I called the hotel and they've directed me to go to door number 1 and wait at location number 7. So that's where we're going.
This means that you should have the phone number for the hotel available. Put it in your phone or bookmark it before your flight so you won't have to look it up when you land. When the call is answered, you'll want to press 0 to get the front desk. It was an hour or so after sunset, and when we pulled up, the hotel's drop-off area was pitch black.
So it's very dark. The hotel doesn't have the lights on out here in the drop-off zone. It almost looks like it's closed. But there's the front desk.
It turned out that the darkened entryway would presage what turned out to be a recurring theme during my stay, as attention to maintenance and repairs issues seems to be an issue at this hotel. Now, forgetting to turn on the lights is an oversight that can easily be forgiven, but when it is placed in the context of the overall picture of facilities issues, then I think that it becomes part of a larger reflection of a lack of attention to detail. Check-in was quick and painless. Although there were a couple of people in line in front of me, the manager on duty, Aaron, reacted quickly and jumped in to get everyone checked in. Every one of the customer-facing employees at this hotel had excellent service skills. That's also a recurring theme of this visit. There are 3 guest elevators in the hotel, and I never had to wait more than a few seconds. Not even once during my stay. Kudos, Hilton BWI. I hate long waits for elevators. I was assigned to room 611, a king bed room on the 6th floor. The room itself was spacious. I had a king bedroom, and on each side of the bed was a nightstand, complete with built-in outlets and USB ports. There was also this furniture. I'm not sure whether to call it a couch or a chair, but it was comfortable. And a work desk, with even more electrical outlets and USB ports. I love that about this room. Charging was not a problem. This bureau had 3 drawers, and it guarded an in-room fridge. Even better, that fridge was not filled with overpriced minibar products. It was empty. I like that too. It means that you can use the fridge to keep your own items cool. The bathroom was well lit with a large vanity area. The shower had a glass door, not a curtain. 1 point for Hilton BWI. The water pressure in the shower was excellent. One downside of the shower, the hotel provides body wash, shampoo, and conditioner by means of the dreaded pumps of goo on the wall, rather than providing personal-sized shower amenities. Boo! Finally, finishing up the room tour with the closet, where there's an iron and an ironing board, a luggage stand, and an in-room safe. I don't like it when the room safes are down low like this. It's very difficult to get in and put stuff in and to check and make sure it's empty. I prefer to have it more at chest level. Not only was the safe very low to the ground, which as a guy over 6 feet tall I find really annoying, but there was a bigger issue that I hadn't noticed at the time that I was filming this walkthrough. The safe is too narrow. It was barely wide enough to fit my laptop, and really I couldn't get it in there without turning it just right. Then, once I had wedged it in there, getting it back out was even more of a challenge. For a moment, I began to panic that I wasn't going to be able to get my laptop back out of the safe. At eye level in the closet was this shelf that definitely needed a new coat of paint. Even worse, right at my feet, there was a giant gash in the carpet. How giant?
Probably 18 to 24 inches long, 2 or 3 inches across. I'll try to get my foot into the view just to give it some scale here. This is not a small tear in the carpet. And it's right here in the entryway, right next to the closet and the bathroom, so it's not like it's hidden in some out-of-the-way spot. So there's definitely some maintenance issues going on in this room.
So this wasn't some small tear hidden in a back corner of the room, and I really wonder how this possibly passed inspection. In my opinion, this room was not presentable for guests. Now, I'm not a confrontational person, and I'm generally willing to overlook simple oversights because I know that all of us can have a bad day from time to time. Unfortunately, here at the Hilton BWI, there were just too many issues to ignore. Check out this gorgeous pool. Even though 20-degree temperatures were in the forecast, I packed my swimsuit after reading that the hotel had an indoor pool. Unfortunately, I would not get a chance to take that plunge.
They have this beautiful pool area here. Unfortunately, the water heater's broken, so the water is very frigid. Now, Aaron at the front desk tried to make it up for me by giving me breakfast vouchers, because you could tell I was disappointed when he told me that.
I appreciated Aaron's gesture, which ended up saving me $80 over the 4 days. Another occasion that showed how well the staff were trained, empowered, and motivated to try and please the customer. Great job on service recovery. Aside from the broken water heater, the pool area also showed other signs of overlooked maintenance, like these tiles. Next door to the pool is the gym, where you'll find free weights, some ellipticals, but only one single treadmill. And down the hall is the self-service laundry. On the main floor, there are convention facilities, plenty of common space, a bar, and a restaurant. There's a small shop offering a moderate selection of food, drinks, snacks, and sundries, including beer. I should warn you, however, that if you do decide to buy a beer here, make sure to bring your ID along, because they'll card you, regardless of how old you may appear. To be fair, that may be a requirement of law in Maryland. I'm really not sure, but you have been warned. If you decide to buy any of the frozen food items in the shop, there is a microwave located there too, which is a good thing because there's not a microwave in the room. In the morning, the hotel puts the free coffee here. The breakfast buffet cost $20, and there was a good selection of options, both hot and cold. As I mentioned, Aaron comped my breakfast for the entire stay, so I partook each morning. Back to the shuttle service. I found it to be quite reliable, and the drivers all were very friendly. I used the service every day of my 4-night stay because, in addition to the airport service that I already mentioned, they'll also take you to and from the nearby train station, which is served by both Amtrak and MARC. MARC can take you into Baltimore or to Union Station in Washington, D.C. for only $8. Amtrak will take you to those places too, but for more money. But Amtrak also has direct service up and down the East Coast, emanating from this station. Many of the guests at the hotel took advantage of this shuttle service. You do not need to rent a car when you stay at the Hilton BWI. So I've shown you the good and the bad, but how much did I pay? I stayed for 4 nights over the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday weekend, and I paid $750. With the tax, the final bill was $850. There's no resort fee at those hotels, and I always like to commend properties that don't play the junk fees game. Thank you, Hilton BWI. So that's my report. Did I miss something? If you've stayed here before, how was your stay? Let me know in the comments. If you found this review helpful, please click on the thumbs up. And if you're enjoying my content, I'd be honored to have you as a subscriber to my channel. This is Postcard Dan saying, thank you for watching.